What is up, my little Danos? Svepsissi, your coach of the Helsinki Dragons, and we are here for the PPL Season 2 Week 2 battle when I go up against Darya. And this is gonna be our second time battling in Draft League careers as a whole, but first time in Wi-Fi scene-wise. And the other time that we got to play before happened in her own Shoda League that she was hosting, that I took part of, and I managed to beat her that time. I don't remember how, but I know that I did, because I know Darya is very looking forward to play me and try to have a revenge on that. And she has a good chance to do that, because she has a very threatening roster versus me particularly. Her roster makes it very tough and kind of made me so that I don't bring Iron Valiant to this game, because she has strong priority options, along with the fact she also has a Cresselia and especially Galas Slowbro alongside with everything else that I already mentioned to kind of like make Valiant's time pretty tough to try to like do anything, especially setting up wise. And this week was definitely one of the harder matches for me to like prepare for when it comes to comparing mons to each other. And it took a while for me to come together with a concept. I did it last night, roughly, and now, a couple of hours before the game, Addison had finally time to properly help me, that because she also had a hectic week herself, and we kind of molded together and made small changes that we now ultimately gonna be bringing to this game. Her Terra Captains Darya that we are facing this week are Noctowl and Sylveon. Sylveon has Terra Fairy, Crown and Steel as a potential type it can change to, and Noctowl has Flying, Electric and Fairy respectively. My own Terra Captains, as a reminder, are Noivern and Red Sea Ice. Red Sea Ice being Ice, Water and Steel, and Noivern is Flying, Normal and Fairy respectively. And just a small other note to mention, so I don't have to worry about it later. I did make a small transaction. I changed Deoxys defense for Gliscor that you can see on my roster on the top end. Gliscor got dropped into free agency after week 1, which I took a note on, and I decided that, you know what, based on my schedule who I play this season, Gliscor has more chances to come in those games to help me out than Deoxys defense end up doing. And they both get access to spikes, so I still have a form of hazards that way that I can add to my roster. And it also gets access to T-spikes besides Gengar, so if I ever have a chance to get those up versus my opponent the upcoming weeks, I do have now a little bit better option when it comes to that. And obviously Gliscor just being a very annoying and a solid crown immunity while at it. So let's go over my team for this week. Like I mentioned, and you've probably been able to see if you look closely enough, there won't be Iron Valiant this week, which might be very shocking in some ways to see that you don't bring your round 1 pick to the matchup, but that's what we are doing today. Because I feel like the team of 6 that I have right now is probably gonna give me the best chance to win. And we are starting with my lead Noivern with holding a Sticky Bob with Boom Burst, Psychic Noise, Switzer and Roost. In case you forget, Sticky Bob is an item that makes me actually lose my health, but with the Switcheroo, my target is to swap this item to her turn 1 to whatever wants it to take it. They don't probably want to take it, but they have to take it. And my assumption how it will go is that she either swaps into Sylveon or she happens to lead with this Sylveon, and I will stay in on it and click Terra Normal and switch through the item with it. And ideally it will be a scenario that I gain leftovers, and I expect to be Svedef Sylveon versus me and potentially Terra Steel to handle Noivern and Gengar as best as it can. And because I have that assumption, and I wanted to have a way to cripple that thing, because if I'm just a Choice Specs Noivern that on paper looks very threatening to her, but if she makes it Terra Steel Sylveon, she can handle it actually relatively way that way. So I wanted to cripple it, and then 1v1 it from there. I have Psychic Noise to prevent Wish to be able to gain health on Sylveon or anything else if they are affected by Psychic Noise as I click it. So it's a very nice move while being able to function as a taunt, but also get some chip damage along the way too, which I think is a pretty cool move that we can use this week in our advantage in itself. And then we also have our Roto-Was, very standard Roto-Was, physically defensive for the most part, speed creeping a little bit like an Adamant Mamoswine if I remember right, or her speed creepy with her Adamant Mamoswine, something those regards. So don't pay too much on the detail when it comes to speed creeping, because I sure didn't remember it. We have Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, Pain Split, and Door. This is basically there for me to provide chip damage while I'm holding my Rocky Helmet on things like Cinderace and Palafin most importantly, because I need them to be in a range so I can revenge them properly. And Rotowas realistic cannot really wall them, so I don't expect Rotowas to last too long. Along with the Endor and Rocky Helmet, hopefully I get some good chip along the way as I try to tank the hits early on the game, as I have to be in a defensive position potentially. Then we have a quite unique Iron Threat set for this week. It's gonna be Leftovers holding with Earthquake, Body Press, Rapid Spin, and Iron Defense. Rapid Spin is just providing me a +1 speed without having to use booster energy, not necessarily removing items, hazards I should say. From my field, even though it's obviously nice to be able to if rocks are up, but more importantly it gives me a chance to get +1 speed after I've been able to get an Iron Defense up, because a lot of her big threats that I'm expecting this week are hitting me with the physical attacks when it comes to Iron threats, and if I get an Iron Defense up and I can start doing body presses on things like Cinderace or Palafin and they cannot kill me back, I like that kind of exchange, and potentially depending on how battle goes, likely week 1. Maybe this Iron Threats can also win, but I'm not necessarily expecting it to do so. I'm still planning to use this early game, but it has a way to start crippling my opponent. Now the only thing that is clearly walling this set is Cresselia, but I'm kind of hoping and expecting Cresselia not coming versus me compared to something like Galar Slowpoke that is a way better check to my Iron Valiant, because I'm expecting things like Cinderace, Palafin, Mamoswine, Sylveon and Galar Slowpoke to be like guarantee 5, and then the last slot is kind of like a flex slot between Saruto, like a Noctowl for example, in a way. So I don't expect necessarily Cresselia to be there, and hopefully that won't be the case, so my Iron Threats can do quite a good of job versus her today. And then we have a Expert Belt Gengar with Shadow Ball, Slot Spray, Thunderbolt, and Nasty Plot. With Thunderbolt, I'm basically trying to just cover Noctowl, that I can hit it a little bit harder in case like it's a specially defensive variant, and let's say Sylveon has already terrorized. I wanna have a way to hit Noctowl harder, and it also happens to cover Palafin while at it. I could have been Energy Ball to cover Mamoswine and Palafin, but I have noticed that in Cogs, and I'm noticing also how much Darya also likes using Noctowl after her week 1, which I don't blame her for. I love Noctowl, so I want to make sure that the thread is assembled in a way that I can deal with it. And we have we have almost max special attack, but a little bit of HP, so at full health I can leave a timid Terra Flying Hurricane from Noctowl at full health if I need to, because Addison actually brought a Choice Scout variant versus me, which I was like, ah shit, I kinda lose to this thing if I'm not careful enough. So I had to go do a little bit of adjustment in my prep to deal with it. And then we have Haxorus, which originally was a Sword Dance set like week 1, but this time around I changed it with Addison to First Impression as a last ditch change, cause again I'm not expecting Cresselia to come, and if it's not there I don't really need Sword Dance per se, and I still have Gengar to break it ideally here with the Expert Belt, Shadow Balls and whatnot, so I should be able to break it relatively well. And with Scale Shot, I'm just adding myself a chance to up my speed when it comes down to it. And as long as Loaded Dice is intact, it is stronger than Dragon Claw, and Outrage would not be ideal versus a team with potential 2 Fairy types. Then we have Low Kick for Mamoswine. I don't have to rely on close combat defense drops. I have Earthquake to hit the Galar Robo even harder, and it also covers a Terra Steel Sylveon a lot better. And then I have First Impression as a last change, because I'm not gonna be having priority move on my Prelume, because you're gonna notice that it's Choice Scarf as I cover it lastly. So I wanted to add a priority option there, just to finish some offensive threats off if they're in range, or get them in a range, so my Scarf Prelume can pick things up, which is basically here to be Bullet Seed, Close Combat, Bulldoze, and Rock Tomb set. With Rock Tomb I hit the Noctowl if needed to, Bulldoze hits the Galar Slowbro a little bit harder, well, a lot harder than most of my moves in itself. And it covers a Cinderace while it's being a fire type as well. We have close combat as a strong fighting stab and bullet seed to hit the Palafin. With 3 hits I should kill it, especially with Rocky Helmet Chip. So that is going to be the team. We have another choice scarf mode that I'm relying on this week. Last week it was Noivern, this time it happens to be Breloom. But Breloom does need a lot of support to get there. And hopefully, with a team of 6, we can play towards in a late game that Hat Guy, the Breloom, can win it for us. Or maybe somebody else will show up and be the unsung hero like week 1 it happened to be Iron Threats. But stay tuned until we are in the battle. Alright, here we are with the battle, and of course, just like week 1, the tradition is to wear the Ashanka hat that I have and a long drink. Don't do this at home if you're under 18, of course. But I'm not gonna break this small habit that I'm able to gain from week 1, because it did go so well for us, even though it wasn't part of the plan. But hey, obviously the tradition that I'm holding right now, wearing a Ashanka hat and launching, doesn't guarantee me success. And I'm talking like in a way that, oh, this is a tradition to keep because I have such a long win streak. I have just 1 win under my belt thus far, because we are at week 2 playing Darya. We do see Mamoswine, Galas, Slowking, Cinderace. Let me make sure that I have my leads correct so I can start writing these down without a worry of time running out. So Sylveon is gonna be the main target for terrorizing, but for me, I'm gonna be turn 1 gonna be switcherooing my sticky pop that you see barely on right on my right side of my webcam. That's Noivern holding it. And I'm gonna be switcherooing it right away to anything that is in front of me, ideally. And like, I guess the ideal situation would be the Sylveon that I see being a special defensive Terra Steel type in this matchup, and Slowbro being like a Colberberry physically defensive. Everything else is gonna be offensive for him from her side. Maybe Sarud is like reducing Berry or Salt Vest for a what you call it. Oh, we freeze that it's Choice Scarf Cinderace. That's good to know right away. Choice Scarf Cinderace. So we need to keep that in mind. Because it's Choice Scarf, I might need to keep my Noivern not terrorized. But we're gonna switch to turn 1 regardless. That's Choice Scarf. As it just goes for a high jump kick, expecting me turning into a normal type, but that's not gonna be the case. And I'm gonna get rid of its Choice Scarf. So this is now the Sticky Pop holder. Which is honestly totally fine by me. It does mean Sylveon is gonna be a little bit harder to break, but having Cinderace dealt with like this is perfectly fine by me. Now, I believe I can also here just go for a Boom Burst. Choose to not to Terralize. I could also make a swap here, but I guess for now, I think it might be worthwhile going for this. Because then I can preserve Roto Wasp for the... Yeah, we're gonna Terralize and Boom Burst. Plus, I don't expect her to hide some kick again. She might go for a different move, like U-turn here. I could have clicked Psychic Noise, that would have been super effective, but I don't mind getting just a Boom Burst off on this Cinderace, because once this Cinderace is weakened, my Iron Threats is looking pretty good here. As she does go for U-turn. Which, I could have resisted that before if I didn't Terralize, but getting that just that Boom Burst onto the Cinderace is pretty nice. So that Cinderace is about, I'm gonna say 25% for now. And we have seen a high jump kick and U-turn. Was Scarf. Okay. Kinda awkward way to start off the battle in itself. Okay, there comes the Sylveon. I expect this to be Terra Steel, not Terra Crowned. So I will use this opportunity to go into my Iron Threats. Now, if she Terra Crowns here, fantastic bring from her behalf. But I really do think this is just Terra Steel. Looking at her team. She does Terralize. I expect to see Terra Steel. Okay, is that Terra Steel or Crown? Because if that's Crown, that's really bad. Going for Terra Blast, this might be bad. That's a Crown. Oh no. Oh, it's a Terra Crown. That is a Terra Crown Sylveon. Oh no. Man, I should have just stayed and clicked Boom Burst again. That was a massive mistake. I cannot go to Gengar on this, so my options are probably going to Breloom here. And what I might do is that I have to make a double, calling the Slowbro on this turn. But I don't see how she would stay in here, so I'm gonna make the swap. I will swap out first, naturally, regardless, because Breloom is faster. Now I would like to see her swapping out to Slowbro. Okay, she does withdraw. So rude. I guess that's fair. My issue here is that if this is like Choice Scarf, I'm really bad shape. I guess Haxorus can be a decent swapping, because then I can First Impression. So I think I'll make that play, actually. Because she cannot swap into that too easily. And I do withdraw first. If she's gonna withdraw, then she would be like slower than me. If she stays in, it's gonna tell me that it's a bulky variant. Okay, it's not. That's probably something I haven't seen yet. Okay, it's Slowbro. I think I'm fine with this. I can just attack here. Terra Crown Sylveon was definitely something I probably should have just stayed with Noivern and just click Boom Burst again. It is not Sugarberry. It's probably gonna hold a Ice Beam on it. Trick Room. Oh. Are you like offensive then? Or is this your counterplay for any kind of setup? Either way, I'll just Earthquake again. So this one had Trick Room on it. I should have just stayed in with Noivern and click Boom Burst, because in a way I would have been able to at least get the intel, like what Terra is the Sylveon, and getting any damage on it would have been okay, and then send out freely whatever I had. Because at the time she didn't, like if she was Terra Crown, there was no drawback, not just click Terra Blast like she did with Crown. Because I wasn't immune to it anymore. She does withdraw. Into who though? Sylveon? Is this physically defensive, or are you gonna just take a lot of damage from this? You do take a lot of damage from it. Now, I need to check for Myron threats. Did that tell me is this like offensive Sylveon? But in a way it would be nice to have. But I think Noivern has to go down here, which is unfortunate, and then I might have to play around with some Trick Room turns. Trick Room into Sylveon is definitely a great bring from her behalf. This is where, okay, she is Choice Specs with it. Choice Specs. So now I know Gengar is free to come in here. In a way. Unfortunately, I don't have a move to hit it per se. Other than Shadow Ball. I had Energy Ball on this before. But I threw Thunderbolt here for Noctowl, because I was seeing Noctowl a lot in marks, which is pretty funny. But I wanna say Shadow Ball does enough. She does go for the Hyper Voice, it's gonna do a lot. Hopefully this Shadow Ball kills. It was a crit and that didn't kill it. How many turns do you have still? Check status. You have one more left. And everything on my team kinda hates this. Does Roto-Was live a hit? Which might be worthwhile at this point. But then I become very vulnerable to Mamoswine. Can I kill the Slowbro at this range? I guess I do have Pain Split. I guess I have to try to preserve this, because I need a way to kill the Slowbro. And Sarud. Sarud didn't also stay in on me. I don't know if I can win this, to be honest. Okay. So, here's the deal. Do I Volt Switch slash Pain Split here? Expecting Sarud? Or do I just Hydro Pump this Sylveon? I think I Hydro Pump the Sylveon, not overthink about it. The Sylveon probably did enough job for her. As she probably does swap into it. Yep. Okay. As I miss. Being underprepared for this game is definitely sucking up. It's on me cause I started prepping for this game last night. I get the like being as washed as I am, I should be taking as much practice as possible. She's playing great, no chance in that regard. She's bringing a good team from her side to put me in a bad spot. But to be honest, now that this Sarud U-turn and Palafin is not getting its ability activated yet, I'm still in a okay spot to get a kill. Because I have priority for Cinderace and it should die. Mamoswine dies to low kick. I wanna say I'm not in a range of Ice Shot just yet. Okay, she does go to this Sylveon. Which would give me opportunity to Scale Shot here. Is that worthwhile clicking? Not necessarily, because then I would be -1. I'm at 232 HP. So for now I'll just click Earthquake. As she has quick attack on it, of course. Well, I do still have Mamoswine swapping in my Roto Wash. I guess, but no, it's not really because it's so low. I should have just first impression this. I'm playing so bad, that's on me. I am playing so awfully right now. But it's again like she's playing great. Like me being down on myself is not taking away what she's able to be what she's been able to be doing. So I got at least the Rocky helmet off. And now I do get chance to go for first impression if I so choose to. Which is probably my better play to force a kill. Like right now I'm fighting for difference, so this is really bad from my side. Preferably I get a kill here just to lower the differential down, cause like how do I win this? Healthy enough Breloom to leave a Ice Shot, but also Palafin having dead. That's a lot. That is a lot. Okay, at least I get Cinderace, so we get it to 4-0. No, there was another Pokemon that died. I'm just confused who did die. I'm so out of this, I'm so sorry. This is... I guess right now my best chance is just to go for the hit and hopefully live. Which I don't. And now I have to go to Gengar. Which hopefully takes this thing out. But I'm pretty sure after this I'm picked up by a priority move. But at least I'm forcing another kill. Okay? She's going to Slowbro on this. Is this like a reducing berry of some sort? But I'm expert belt, so I surely kill this. No reducing berry, cool. And it's dead. Fantastic. I guess I even differential and even win and losses going from first 2 weeks, which I should remind myself that not to get too down. I've been very down on this, so it's my bad. Yeah, because now Mamoswine comes in and probably Ice Shot takes me out. It's not Choice Scarf. And I get good damage as she just goes for Icicle Crash. Okay. So at this point, I have Breloom to go into. If I lock myself into Bullet Seed and she knocks me off, I guess I have a chance. I need to be locked into a move that I think... Hold on, let me take at least this time to think this through. She has the Palafin left, she has the Sarut left, she has this left. My first two moves kills this thing, that's not the issue. But if I close combat too much, I guess I would be in a trouble to live a... I think we click Bullet Seed here. Hopefully the Sarud clicks knockoff when Palafin is already gone. Or I'm able to kill it. Maybe there's a chance for me. She would have to knock me off or have acrobatics on this. Alright, Hat Guy. Pull a miracle for me. I don't know if we get this. Like, this is doing no damage. Okay, we got 3 hits off. Yeah, acrobatics, that's gonna take me out. Okay. Well, good game to Darya. She got her revenge on me. I'm not happy how I played, but at least I brought it down to 2-0 at the very end. So, regardless of everything, I actually am +1 differential then, because I won a 3-0 my week 1. So, in a way, all this like me prepping last night and getting mocks from Madison like 2 hours before this, like all this kind of like not feeling as prepared as I felt for week 1, like all things considered, I guess I will take it just fine. The worry thing is that next week is gonna be a big game, because I play Montai, who is definitely not washed at the moment. He feels like he's still in his prime, and many consider him being the best player right now, even still, which I don't blame them for. He definitely is up there in the consideration for that, either him or Pokieaim, with winning 2 championships right now for Wi-Fi scene-wise. But regards to myself, this is a reminder that I am still getting adjusted to Generation 9, I'm getting adjusted for Wi-Fi, and I have to feel more prepared than I felt today. Because I think I had a worse showing, but anyways, it's not... I hate when I'm saying like this, because I feel like I'm putting Darya's accomplishment down. So please sure to make sure to check her out, of course. I'm really happy for her. She's a very nice person. She just played in the D-League as well, so she's kind of like a up and coming when it comes to, I guess, for Wi-Fi scene-wise as a player. And I want to make sure that at the time I haven't seen her week 1 game, but I know what happened in it. So make sure to check her out, check the week 1, and check her side for her reaction for this game as well. And of course all the other coaches in the league, because we have a very fun lineup this season, and she is definitely one of them. And regardless, it was a 2-0 game. Didn't go as I planned to, how I had visioned it to be, but I have to take the L and move on to next week and try myself to do a little bit better versus Montai. But until then, thank you for watching, and I'm gonna be see you guys later.